Hello guys, welcome to the second and final video of this week. As I mentioned before, this will be really short. We're not going to take a long on this particular video lesson. I just want to establish some parameters in which we can mention certain things for the activity. Okay? So basically this is a really short explanation about the assignment number 2, the activity number 2 that we're going to do. Okay, so you're supposed to be reading some books for this particular semester. So remember what I mentioned before. Please advance on this reading, which is really important, because many of the assignments and activities that we will do, such as this one, will be derivative from that work. Okay, so the assignment number 2 will be writing 2 paragraphs. In the assignment number 1 we wrote 1 paragraph, and we have been let's say being repetitive with this activity of writing paragraphs, right? And we will continue doing that. We are going to be writing let's say narrative paragraphs and argumentative paragraphs to eventually be so let's say perfectly familiar with the use and creation of paragraphs that we are easily able to somehow produce an essay. Yes, that will be like the final activity for us. So guys, we're going to write 2 paragraphs. What about? So we are going to describe a character or a place in the books that you are reading. Okay, so please think about a character that has been already described in detail somehow, that has been presented a lot of information about him, and maybe the main character of your book, right? And it may be like a secondary character, a character that you like very much, maybe, I don't know, a pet such as an animal, or maybe an animated animal, right? Like a personified animal. There are many different books in the list that have this characteristic. You decide, yes, and you have to write 2 paragraphs about such character, such animal, or whatever, right? The first character will be the physical description, right? So please use as an example the chart, the sensorial chart. You don't have to produce that chart. Let's say I would recommend that you do it like on your own, and you put together like all these words and think about it, so you are able to complete a more comprehensive paragraph. But you don't have to give it to me, right? If you want just to write it over there in your house and complete it, that will be fine. If you want to do it mentally and not write it, that's up to you as well. But well, the idea is that this first paragraph can or has to be physical, right? So you're going to talk about his hair, her hair, the eyes, his height, his weight, or her weight, all these different things, right? You can describe, for example, if you want his or her clothes, yes, the way he or she is dressed, or if it's an animal, like his appearance, no, if it's hairy, if it's furry, if it has sharp claws, if it has menacing teeth. Well, I don't know, anything related to his or her appearance, right? In terms, as I mentioned, dress or physical appearance in general, his body, her somehow characteristics in that way, in that sense. Okay, and then in the second paragraph, what you're going to do is to continue the information, but you are going to describe him or her emotionally, right? So you're going to describe his or her personality, his or her behavior, the emotions that he or she causes in you when you read, all these different things, right? So basically that's it. That is the assignment. You have to describe that. And the idea is that you, as I mentioned before, and I mean I'm very emphatic on this, and I will repeat it again and again, we're going to continue using the same structure of the paragraph. So you need to include an introductory sentence, yes, or a topic sentence, 3 supporting sentences, and a conclusion, right? So it means that you are going to be writing an average of 10 sentences, no? Because there are 2 paragraphs, so 5 for one, 5 for the other. If you think that you require a little bit more, if you need to extend yourself a little bit on that, well, that's fine. You can do it. But well, let's try to keep it into the consistency of more or less five sentences per paragraph. Now let's imagine that you want to describe not a character but a place. That is also possible. So you describe it in the first paragraph physically, like the conditions. Does it have mountains? Is it lumpy? Is it somehow foggy, windy, sunny, whatever, right? And in the second one, the emotions or somehow the feelings that that place produces. I know that for some of you that may be a little bit more difficult, but if you want to have a good challenge, that will be that one. I know that some among you like difficult work, and I really celebrate that. So nice, guys, because if you assume challenges in your life, you're going to do better in terms of the way you express. Yes. So if you want to do characters, that is relatively easy. That's fine. If you want to do places, well, I clap for that, because it will be a little bit more difficult, but I'm sure it will be more satisfying. So there are emotions that places really produce in us. Nostalgia, when you are in a place and you want to go back to another, or places that looks a little bit dangerous, dark, gloomy, somehow oppressive, nasty, well, different things that you can mention about a place, right? That are intangible things. So that's it. Basically, you can also do that. Okay. We're going to do this. Individually as well. So please, you are going to in your document to mention the name of the book that you're reading, and the name of the character and place, or place, sorry, that you will be describing. Okay. So basically that's it. Let's say that I hope that you have read enough in order to be able to describe that. If you haven't, well, you're a little bit in trouble. You will have to dedicate some time to read the book, to advance in the reading, and then be able to do the homework or the assignment. So that is why I recommend, I mention one more time, that it would be a good idea that you advance in your reading no matter what, because for sure we're going to be doing at least 2 or 3 activities for each topic that we manage, based on your reading. Okay, so that's a kindly reminder for you to somehow advance in the reading. Okay, with this we will be finished with the descriptive part. Okay, so we dedicated 2 weeks for this. One part for physical things, another part for emotional ones or intangible ones, and this final part for combining, right? So in the next week we're going to be dealing with the narrative discourse, that it's really nice, and that deals with stories and deals with telling things. That is something that we do daily. We do it all the time. So hopefully it wouldn't be so difficult. We will be able to accommodate our speech and accommodate our possibilities in order to advance in this, and let's say to give a more formal or sometimes a more conscious shape to the stories or to the facts that we are telling to somebody else. There will be a part related to narrators, which is really important as well. And well, in general, that will be okay. So I hope you have a good rest of the week. I am recording these videos in advance. I don't know when I'm going to publish this, because at the moment we are in permanent assembly. But hopefully when you watch this video, the permanent assembly will be finished, and we could advance. So I recommend that you can advance as much as possible in these different assignments. and that you are able to to complete your activities, because every week we will be doing these two very important things that we are come here to do. That is reading and writing, or writing and reading, and different combinations of it. Okay, so thank you very much for your attention. I really hope you have nice descriptions. Describing is something really important, and if you know how to do it well, you're going to be able to communicate much better, and let's say your discourse will be more varied, and you will sound more professional, and that is what we all want to be, very professional. So thank you very much for the attention then, guys. Hugs, and take care of yourself. Bye bye. Hugs.